One of my great passions in life is The Simpsons. And when I heard about this guy who's getting paid to watch Simpsons episodes, I knew he had a brain I needed to pick. I'm going to call Nottingham, England, and talk to Alexander about his pretty amazing job. Can you hear me, Alexander?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. This has revolutionized the game. You have no idea how big of a deal this is for me, Alexander, being able to call somebody through Facebook, through the radio. Oh.
Wow, what an age.
Facebook is a terrible place, but man, is it an amazing tool for me and almost me alone.
Yeah, it's like all the best things, isn't it? It's secretly bad for you.
But oh, it feels so good. Alexander, I get a lot of news articles that are kind of clickbaity. Make money doing this amazing job.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like clickbait, doesn't it? But it's definitely not.
Well, you're the proof that it's real. Like during Halloween, a company will pay you $1,100 to watch horror movies. But Alexander, your job right now is to watch the television show The Simpsons.
That is correct.
Okay, how did you get that gig? I need to know.
So basically, have you heard of the Lad Bible?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so it's a platform. It's huge in the UK. Like everybody knows what the Lad Bible is in the UK. So the concept of the advert was advertised through the casino, platinumcasinos.co.uk. That's who I'm working for. And the advert just went viral within 24 hours. So the Lad Bible were posting about it. The NME were posting about it. Even the Simpsons writers were tweeting about it.
Yeah.
So what happened was I woke up one day to a notification on Facebook, and it was my brother tagging me in this job advert, which the Lad Bible had posted about. And to be fair, yes, my brother was the first person to tag me in it, but another 10 people or so must have tagged me in it, man, to be honest. Like, everyone knows how much I love The Simpsons, and they were like, you really need to apply for this. And I was like, well, you never know what could happen. So I wrote a little bit about myself and why I wanted the job, and then it just went from there, basically. I was at work one day. I got an email from the casino saying, we want to interview you. I was like, oh, damn, this is becoming a bit of a reality now.
Okay, all right. Now, what is the job specifically?
The Simpsons are quite notorious for, quote unquote, predicting the future. So my job is to watch every single episode, including the film, sit with a pen and paper and analyze little details, specifically things that haven't been documented on the internet. So it's a bit of a dilemma in that, there's a lot of Reddit threads, for example, where people will go, well, I noticed this in this episode and this could happen in the future. So I've got to come up with original predictions, present them to the casino in order for people to then, in the future, I'm assuming, place bets on them and stuff like that.
So give me some examples of predictions that you've been able to find.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing. So within my contract, I can't tell you about my predictions.
That's fair. That's fair. Actually, now that you say that out loud, it does make sense.
Like, I don't even tell my family about it. I don't tell my friends about it. They know what I'm doing, and people will try and squeeze it out of me. But it's like, no, absolutely not. You can't know it, because I could lose my job over it, and it kind of takes the entire purpose of the exercise away, doesn't it?
So it really does. Yeah, and I don't want any pit boss to break your legs or anything. So we can definitely move on from that. But you are trying to find new and original predictions that the Simpsons are making. Are you watching in chronological order?
Yeah, so I've literally got it paused right now. I can tell you exactly what episode I'm on, actually. So I finish in about a week and a half, and I'm on episode 17, season 26.
Wow. Season 26.
Season 26. It's an 8-week course.
How much time a day do you spend watching The Simpsons?
It varies. So I also work, I've got a main job. So I work in a cafe/bar in Nottingham. That's also an antique shop and vintage clothing shop as well. There's a lot going on, but I do 30 plus hours there a week anyway, between 2 and 3 days off a week. And on those 2-3 days, I sweat as much Simpsons as I can in those days. There was a day about 3 weeks ago, there was 3 days in a row where I did 30 episodes each day. There's 90 episodes in 3 days.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
Have you dreamed of The Simpsons? You've been watching so much of it. Do they infiltrate your unconscious hours?
Yes and no. So one thing that did happen, this was a few weeks in, I wasn't dreaming about The Simpsons or that I was in a Simpsons episode or something like that. I was dreaming that I was sat on a chair watching the program. I can't remember what was actually on the screen. It was more the location is where I watched The Simpsons. I kept dreaming about sitting and watching The Simpsons as opposed to dreaming about The Simpsons, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Work all day and then they get your dreams for free.
Yeah, that sounds horrendously relatable, to be honest.
You were already a big Simpsons fan before this, and now that you've been mainlining episodes, has your relationship with TV's longest running family changed?
Again, yes or no. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, seasons 2 to 9, the golden era, still amazing. I could watch them right now after, relentlessly watching The Simpsons every day for the past, 6.5 weeks. I could still happily watch those early seasons. I'm not as clear. Obviously, I've seen newer episodes in my time growing up, watching the program, watching it every day, pretty much religiously for the past 26 years of my life. What obviously, the later seasons aren't, I don't want to say aren't as good. I don't want to get in trouble, to be honest.
Oh, sure.
But,
well, it's different, right? Like the times changed. Family Guy came out. Like I'm a big diehard Simpsons fan. I've bought some of the novels from John Swartzwelder. I've listened to the commentaries. Oh, wow. The Time Machine Did It is a really good book. It's pretty hilarious. But times changed. I remember watching one day. And I was like, oh, this is a Family Guy joke.
Yeah, I think it's a strange one. So I always compare like The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park. They're the big three, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And I like to, compare this. So when watching the earlier seasons, so Family Guy was early, it was like 99 or something when it came out. The end of the 90s. So The Simpsons had already, had a bloody good go at that point, And whilst watching the earlier seasons, one thing I noticed was it's actually a little bit embarrassing how much Family Guy used to rip off The Simpsons, but it got to a point where Family Guy were doing it in a way where they'd make a joke out of ripping off The Simpsons, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like they knew they were ripping it off. It was no secret no more. You know what I mean?
The South Park itself had an entire episode that's quite famous about The Simpsons and how they've already done everything. So why bother pussyfooting around it? You know what I mean? Just do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%, man.
I'm sorry that this is kind of rude and gross, but how much are you getting paid for this?
Oh, no, it's not rude, man. I mean, it's all over the internet. I'm getting paid £5,000 English sterling, which is I think that's about $7,000 in America, something like that.
Not bad. Is there a character that actually has predictions, and this isn't new ones, so hopefully this isn't a part of your contract. Is there a character that interacts with predictions more than others?
Well, you know what? That's quite an interesting question. In that, so the things that have been predicted, it's more, so what I've noticed, the things that have already been famously predicted, it's more like technology-based or like sporting events, or guest stars even, like Donald Trump, for example, Lady Gaga playing the Super Bowl. Like, it's not, there's no specific characters that have predicted. It's more storylines, guest stars, technology, and sporting events. That's what I'd say the predictions come from. They're the main four, I'd say. Do
you have a top 5 Simpsons episodes? I know it's got to be difficult. Okay, let's go.
I've literally gone out my way to write them down for you. I've thought long and hard about this as well. So, should I start from 5 and then to 1 being the best?
Yes. Oh, you've even ranked them. Let's do it.
Yeah. I've ranked them. They're actually in order. Weirdly, they're in order, like series number. But I'll start from the back. So, number 5, we've got season 8, episode 23, Homer's Enemy. Frank Grimes. Long live Frank Grimes.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
Homer goes into space. They're eating lobster. A perfect family. Frank Grimes lives above a bowling alley.
Bowling alley, yeah.
Wasn't like the kicker of that joke like on top of another bowling alley or something? I don't know.
Yeah. And then Homer's like, wow.
He's living the dream.
Amazing.
Good. All right, good episode.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? Oh, wow, he's living the dream. It's something like that, yeah.
Get me that dog.
Amazing. Yeah. So that's 5. So number 4, I'm saying season 7, episode 24, Homerpalooza.
Yes.
What an episode.
Yeah.
What an episode. And the reason I like that episode so much is it features the Smashing Pumpkins and it features Sonic Youth who are like two of my favorite bands of all time anyway. So obviously that, and then obviously, Homer living out my rock and roll fantasy. I'd love to go on tour with a freak show around America with some of the best, 90s alternative bands. But, well, it's not the 90s anymore, is it? It's a bit different.
It's not. It's far from it. But, those bands, besides Sonic Youth, are still out there. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, Cypress Hill in that episode as well. Cypress Hill is still I saw Cypress Hill like 4 years ago.
Oh, there's so many good jokes from that episode, too. Dying would be a stone groove. It's just,
Yeah, cool for this planet. When he puts the Rastafarian hat on, oh my God, every time that gets me. Every time. I'm trying to think of more, the London Symphony Orchestra,
Yeah, Who Ate My Watermelon?
Yeah.
Wait, Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins, Homer Simpson, Smiling
Homer
Politely.
Yeah.
Tell him to... You got a message for
man.
Jimi Hendrix? Tell him to pick up his dog, Rover Hendrix. It's just so
Rover
good.
Hendrix, yeah. I feel like, you know what, the more I talk to you, I feel like we actually might be the same person.
I think so. Hey, I'll take it as a compliment. I would love to get $7,000 for watching The Simpsons. That'd be freaking awesome. I could quit this gig.
Radio show. So that works for me. Should we just do a swap?
Yes, my wife would really love that. She would love to do a cheese tour of the UK sometime. So hopefully one of these.
Come on down.
Let's do a Freaky
Honestly,
Friday.
I'll show you around.
I love it. All right, number 3.
Season 6, episode 18, A Star Is Burns, the film festival episode.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
It's the Mick Bain bit that I love so much. The when he's doing the stand-up comedy. Mick Bain, let's get silly.
Yeah. I'm an erotic little nerd.
How do you sleep at night? On top of a pile of money, surrounded by many beautiful ladies.
That's a really good McBain.
I practiced that one. On close inspection, these are loafers.
Whoa!
Amazing. Yeah, but that episode, just amazing episode. Obviously, Hans Moleman Productions presents Man Getting Hit by Football. What's not to love about that episode? Brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Number 2,
season 6, episode 16, Homie the Clown, when Homer goes to clown college.
Oh, I hear this joke all the time. I'm seeing double. 4 Krusties.
4 Krusties, yeah. Yeah, absolutely love that one. And I love the Mafia in The Simpsons as well. What I've noticed is, as the seasons have gone by, the Mafia have still stayed funny. So I love the little skit with the Mafia and everything at the end. They have to do the little trick. Then Homer eats the bike. Yeah. It's one of them. I feel like if people are listening to this and they've not watched these episodes, they're going to listen to us talking and be like, what the hell are those two talking about?
Well, you're given the episodes, you're given the seasons. Everyone already has a Disney Plus account, so go watch it. You don't have an excuse.
Yeah, well, that brings us to number 1 then. If I was to introduce anyone to The Simpsons who's never watched it before, this would be the episode that I show them. So, number 1, my all-time favorite Simpsons episode, season 4, episode 17, Last Exit to Springfield.
Okay. I don't remember. The title isn't ringing a bell. What is it?
So they cancelled the dental plan at the power plant. Is that ringing any bells?
Oh, yes!
Dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
Dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
Dental plan.
So
this dynamic could go on for hours.
Oh, it could. The strike. That's the strike episode, right?
Yeah.
They have the plant, but we have the power.
We'll march day and night by the big cooling tower. They have the plant, but we have the power. Amazing.
So good. And that's also when Lenny gets the plastic surgery.
Yeah, this is the worst day of my life.
So why is
that's not.
Why is that your favorite episode? Is it about the political dynamics, or is it just filled with great jokes?
The storyline's good. Don't get me wrong. The storyline's good. It teaches a good lesson about solidarity and standing up for your workers' rights and whatnot. However, it's just consistently funny throughout it. I think the writing in it is just so funny. Like every couple of seconds that episode, I don't know if it's just me, but like every couple of seconds in that episode, I'm just laughing like out loud, not just like acknowledging something as amusing. I'm actually laughing out loud. I just find it so funny. I don't know what it is. Something about that episode has always made me absolutely, in bits. It's just an amazing episode.
I love it. I love it. I love your passion for the show. you're getting paid to do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life, even though you were watching 30 straight hours of The Simpsons, which seems a little bit brutal.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where can we find more of you?
So my Instagram name is at Toucan666. That's spelled TWOCAN666. It's been my nickname since I was like 15.
Okay, do you have a favorite Simpsons joke, or is there a joke that comes to mind when I say that?
Well, going back to the film festival episode, I went through a phase actually a few years ago where, like, you'll say a joke in front of your mates and whatnot, and they don't quite get it, and you hear the crickets. I used to have a little anecdote for that. I'd just stand there. So say I've just told you a joke and my joke's gone bad.
Yeah.
I just turn around and go, "That's the joke," like that, and then every time, guaranteed laughter, providing they've seen the episode. Let's get silly.
Okay, yes. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, well, I can't, I'm coming to hunt you down one of these days, dude. We're going to hang out in England, and if you ever make it up to Alaska, you're welcome. I've got a couch or an extra bedroom for you. Save some money on the Airbnb.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to hold you to that then. I'm going to hold you to that.
Good, yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, man, 100%. I mean, I've got the vlog coming out as well. If you want to follow my social media or anything like that, if you want to follow my Instagram, because I'll be posting a lot about it on my Instagram story as well. So my Instagram name is at Toucan666. That's spelled TWOCAN666. It's been my nickname since I was like 15. That's a different story for a different time. But yeah, thank you so much, man. If you need anything else, just feel free to ring me or message me.